Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Ref the District. I'm Nathan. That's the Stoner. Trev is on his way. He will be here soon. It is going to be a glorious, wonderful day here on Ref the District because it is, of course, a victory week, and we're on the road to the Indy 500, or at least Indianapolis, and potentially getting to 500. All that's coming up here on Ref the District. So we're pretty pumped for that. Of course, we stream live every Wednesday here on our Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And you can join us live, or you can catch us on afterwards when we come up here. And Trev is now joining us for our audio listeners because you can catch us afterwards. And you can also on your favorite audio platforms. And we love to do good things. We stream the games, and we'll be streaming the game this Sunday as well. You can catch us there. And then, of course, we do the day after Reckoning, which is the day after. Did you replay that?
What?
Stoner? You replayed the beat?
Yeah. No, I don't touch nothing.
All right.
This is me.
Yeah. This is Stoner's hands up. We had it going once. And I know Trev came in here.
I brought the music in.
Left hand up. Oh, yes. Trev bringing all the good stuff. We got lots of people in the chat. I'm going to get to you guys in just a moment, okay? Because I'm going to go through real quick what's happening today. All right. In the cool down, of course, we're going to bring you the dollar predictions, and we have a big announcement. I'm telling you, you're going to want to be here for that one. All right. You're going to want to be here for that one. In the game, we're going to be talking about this game with Indianapolis and playing a not rookie QB, but a QB and his first start. What can we expect? I have lots of experience with this Texas quarterback, so I have some things to say with that one. We're also going to be bringing you the injury updates and Chase not being activated. We'll be talking about that in the game. For the warm-up here, we're going to recap the Green Bay win. Trev didn't give his opinions. He did not make it to the day after Reckoning this week. So we're going to talk to him about what he feels about the back-to-back victories against the Green Bay Packers. And then we'll be talking about Mosley, the cushion, and Irsay doubling down on the removal of Dan Snyder. All that's coming up here on the warm-up. Make sure you get in that chat. Let us know how you were doing and how you're feeling about that win in Green Bay. And right off the bat, Cliff with the money donation, $5 super sticker there for Cliff. Thank you for doing that for us. We always appreciate it. Of course, Super Chat is always open for those live listeners here on our YouTube page.
Nathan,
But,
on the watch party, when somebody does that, me and Stoner go bloop, 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 like that.
Because we don't have the button. We just got to do it manually.
I'm going to try fixing that, by the way, for this show. You like doing it? I was going to come up with like some move the chain music and all sorts of stuff. Like get like a little bit of that stadium experience in there. So Cliff, thank you for the $5 there. We also have Gus Bus, Ben, Josh, Jesse, Mo, EP in the house. Gus Bus calling DJ Stoner out there. Will Dogs, Redskins Weekly, Redskin 007, everybody's jumping in there. Again, stick around for that cool down. You're going to want to be here. It's going to be a big month, big announcement coming up here on that. All right, let's get to it, guys. That Green Bay game was exciting. It was nerve-wracking. You guys, I love you guys so much. That video with your guys' reactions, you are all of us when you're watching those games. We were just absolutely mad in that first half, got excited in the second half, and then just I told Stoner on Monday, Trev, I really thought they were going to run it in. I was like, it's just going to happen. That's how this team operates. It's going to break my heart one more time, and then Rodgers throws it out and jubilation.
Yes.
Now, Trev, we got to see your reactions live on Sunday. We got to see the recap video that we posted. But what are your words to back up that feeling you had for the Green Bay Packer win?
We look like a team. We look like an NFL team that day. Well, more so than we have this whole season. First half, like I said, looked like a prelude to what we've experienced with Taylor Heinicke last year to come. But he also, in the second half, proved what he's been doing with us too. Being resilient, bringing us back in. But shout out to the defense. Yeah, Taylor did good. Shout out Terry McLaurin. He showed up when he had to. But the thing that we harp on this show a lot, especially, is JDR and that defense. In the past few games, the JDR let him go or whatever crowd has been kind of quiet. Our defense, I mean, we didn't allow Aaron Rodgers a third down conversion. I don't care who he's throwing to or handing it off to. It's Aaron Rodgers. He's a back-to-back MVP, and we stopped him and Matt LaFleur on every single third down. Shout out to the defense. I love the game. I love the way that Taylor didn't let the interception derail the rest of his game. He just got back in there, act like it never happened. Still throwing them YOLO lollipop passes. I guess we're just going to have to live with that because his arm is bigger. Maybe he lifted some more weights, but it didn't help his strength to get the ball down the field. But
we're going to talk about that.
I love it.
Preview, but yeah.
My only criticism on defense is when we have a lead, we somehow get complacent or think the game was already won and we become undisciplined. Kendall Fuller back 2 penalties on one play and then 2 more defensive penalties right there that converted third downs but didn't show up on the stat sheet, and which made it a game at that point to where we had to hope and pray that they weren't doing the hook and lateral all the way down to score. So if our defense could just remain disciplined for the whole game when we had the lead, and, maybe create a turnover, then be last days, that'd be awesome. Other than that, I think we look lights out. That's the best we've looked all season was Sunday.
Yeah, it was definitely seemed to be the cleanest. There's a couple questions we got here. One was from Mo Smith here. How did you feel about the 2-back set? I'll go with Stoner because Trev, you just talked about your thoughts in the game, but Stoner, the 2-back set, what'd you think about that?
That's me, man. That's old school football. I love 2-back. I love when it's 2 backs, even if it's like Samuel and Gibson or Gibson and Robinson or Robinson and McKissick.
2 threats to run the ball.
2 threats to do lots of stuff. I can't stand when it's a no-back set. You're throwing the ball, right? Yeah. I mean, there is no threat of anything but throwing the ball, and that drives me nuts. But I love 2-backs. I love when the fullback came in. I love when Armani Rogers came in and went under center for that
wildcat, I guess is what you would call that.
Yeah.
It was fire.
Yeah,
oh,
that
my
was
goodness.
great.
I wanted to see more of it.
Yeah, sure. All that stuff. But I think we talked about it Monday. Again, it drove me nuts when they were trying to run out the clock in the fourth quarter on that drive. And on second down, they brought in Armaugh, the fullback.
Yeah.
Right? And he plowed a hole. He pushed that safety. It was number 20. I don't know what the guy's name was. Pushed him 8 yards backwards and made a hole for Robinson. You know what they did the next play? They took him out. Okay.
And ran a pass play.
No, they ran it. But
they ran it again, but they didn't keep the fullback in there. That's usually where you see. I mean, Armaugh is a dedicated fullback, but that's you usually see Bates or they pull Rodgers out to do that. It's definitely something that's pretty exciting. Trev, is there any other sets that really kind of got you, moving like Stoner's moving there with the 2-back set?
I love the 2-back set because the defense doesn't know who's getting the ball. Could be nobody. Could be play action to one of them, and then they both go out for routes. So I love that creativity. I love the Armani Rogers trick play. We're trying things. We're trying sensible things. We're not trying double reverses in our own territory. Like we're trying things when necessary. That
double reverse, if they held their blocks, actually looked like it was going to be a great play, but they just line didn't hold their blocks that time. And so, but you do kind of have to understand, where your strengths are. Yeah.
The touchdown to Gibby, right? Gibby was lined up in the slot. He was lined up as a wide receiver.
And that's what he did in Memphis.
And they're doing things. Sometimes they get too fancy in the red zone and it drives me crazy, but
that's kind of,
but they're getting some. And you remember that one play, Trev, you even called it as the play was happening. You said, look at Curtis Samuel. He looks so tired as he's going in motion. And what happens? They give it to, I don't remember who they gave it to, but it was behind Samuel. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh, I need to go block somebody's ass, right?
And then he was like, I'm ready to go out.
Yeah.
They pushed him 2 times or 3 times in a row, and then they sent that man in motion. I was like, yo, he's tired.
Yeah.
And then
as he's in motion,
he was like, oh, and had the block. And it was a key block.
Yeah,
it was a good block. We need the advanced stat, right? The next gen stat on his movement, right? Like how many yards is running? just because, they do that with some soccer players sometimes. They're like, this is how much field they covered in a 90-minute game. And I really want to know that for someone like Curtis Samuel, who is just constantly out there in motion. Even Terry McLaurin, if he's not doing the motion stuff, which we got to see the week before, I don't know if Samuel was nursing an injury or if they just wanted to try to get Terry McLaurin the ball in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
But even Terry McLaurin not doing that stuff, he's just constantly going out on those routes. And you got to figure those guys definitely get tired there. It's pretty interesting. I did see this from Ben. And we're only, I think we only lightly touched this, but I think it's worth bringing up right now. Ben asks, I don't know if you guys seen this, but if we beat the Colts and the Giants beat the Seahawks and either the Bucks or the Falcons lose, Washington is in the 7th seed.
Too early, now, Ben.
It is too early for playoff talk. But Stoner, this is something you kind of brought up before, is the NFC and really the NFL has a lot of teams in that, that 3, now 4 wins, even 2 wins. Washington's right there in the thick of it. And that's why it's important that they go with the QB like Taylor Heinicke over the rookie and Sam Howell. Even though there was lots of chance for Sam Howell, especially after the pick 6 and then the fumble that looked like it got returned for a touchdown. I think everybody was ready to see him, warming up on the sidelines.
To come in there, anybody
but Taylor. Thankfully, that fumble for a touchdown was called back, and Taylor did get into a groove. I liked what we called it, Trev, on Monday. Okay, people were talking about, he just had rust. I was like, I don't accept that answer. He's
you can't accept it, but that's what it was.
It was not rust. He
hadn't played his football game.
No.
The Giants.
No, I'm sorry. I don't buy the rust thing. I can get behind. He was just very excited and he had to calm down. I can get behind that, but I can't get behind the rust game. Your job as the backup quarterback is to be ready and to come in.
Doesn't mean you won't have rust.
Don't have rust.
He had no problem coming in for Fitzpatrick last year, right? He had to come in. He didn't have any problems coming in late in the season after he had he was sleeping on his sister's couch, and he came and he didn't have a problem then. So you're trying to tell me he was rusty because
when he first got to us.
He did, but it's not rust. It was jitters. It was something else. I'm not buying that it was rust.
Taylor Heinicke on this podcast right now. But it was rust, Nathan. It was rust.
It was not rust. It was something else, but it wasn't rust.
Don't you think jitters is kind of like rust as well? Because it's like, because you're not out there all the time.
Yeah, Brown, prime example. My man dropped all the passes we're calling for his head, 2 touchdowns, 1 game the next week. We ain't saying nothing now. It's jitters.
Yeah, jitters is a part of being rusty, right? that's just the way it is. It's you're not used to that game flow, that whole game action.
I'm with you, Nathan. There's no excuse for that. He should be ready. I was kidding.
Yeah, that's his job, is to be ready. Grayson joining us after some time away. He says he's asking here, are they going to deal William Jackson III before Monday?
Anybody picking him up?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a hard sell. I really do, because you're talking about a guy who's been off the last couple of games, whether or not he's been benched for play or because he's got this back injury or a mixture of both. He's not,
or he just doesn't want to play for this,
or he doesn't want to play. It's going to be hard. Okay. It's going to be hard to deal him. If they deal him, I wouldn't expect anything other than like a pick swap or like a 7th rounder. You got to remember the contract goes with him and he's due some money. So, I think it's going to be hard.
That depends on the trade. Like the Bears made that trade today, and they're paying a huge chunk of that salary, even though they traded him. So that's why it's hard to trade a guy when he's got such a big cap hit. So I don't know if it'll happen before the deadline. Right now, basically though, William Jackson is, for lack of a better term, he's dead to us as far as this team is concerned.
Right? The team certainly looks like it's moved on from him. Benjamin St. Juice locking it up.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you miss him, Trev? Did you miss him on Sunday? I mean,
yeah.
You missed one. Shit, get out of here. You don't like William Jackson. You didn't miss him.
Nah, he can take Kendall Fuller's spot though. Doesn't matter. I mean,
that's true.
I mean,
let's move on to
it's positive.
Let's move on from and if you got more questions for us here on the warm up, go ahead and hit them up. If they're Indianapolis game type stuff, we're going to answer those in the game. Right now, I want to take it to a little bit of a controversy that went on. It was the Alumni weekend. They brought in the alumni. Of course, this is Washington, so not everything could go 100% right. And with that, there's some scrutiny, and they misspelled one of their NFL MVP's names, Mosley. They did not get the spelling right.
Spelling right at where?
On his name
tag. His name tag that he was wearing.
On his name tag. Which was called out by his son on social media. And Stoner, you had pretty hefty exchanges on this.
It's so dumb.
You want to rail into the team?
Bro.
It's a piece of paper.
But listen, nowadays, your name is the only thing left that somebody cannot take away from you. And
did they take it away from him?
Yeah, and we still did it. So it's gonna hurt. I mean, his own son made a comment, bro. I mean, it'd be cool if like Keith made the comment or you made the comment. We'd be like, all right, yeah. But his son made the comment, bro.
All right, Trev, let me ask you this. Did Mark Mosley make a comment?
His son made the comment.
His adult son?
Yes, bro.
38-year-old son, I think he is. Made a.
Somebody misspelled
my daddy's name tag was misspelled.
I'm raising hell. You misspelled my name. Sorry.
That is so superficial.
Yeah,
superficial. I don't know where I got superficial. That is so superficial. It's a piece of paper with his name on it.
Okay.
So that he could wear it around so people could recognize the
Well, now he looks like Mark
MVP.
Mosley, and they're going to be like, who the hell is Mark Mosley?
Really? No, I think it's still pronounced Mosley is how that would go. But it would still be Mosley. No, it was he has
because
it's a difficult looking name. Okay, that part, the intern definitely just was like, it's Mosley, got it, and typed it out, fat fingered it, whatever you wanted to say. My last name, okay.
What are we doing
here? My last name. You know how many people get I'm in the military. My name is literally on my chest, and people still misspell it. Okay, you have to get to my military email. You have to type in my name correctly, and then in the body of the email, they misspell my name. Okay, I get it all the time. It's so ingrained in me. When I tell people my name, I spell it out for them. Yeah, it's Nathan Perry, P-A-R-R-Y.
Yes.
Like, so
I was going to get to this comment. The bigger picture is we can't get things right.
That's what it comes down to.
Oh my God.
My name gets misspelled all the time. I don't think this is a big deal. All right. It is what it is. It happens. You move on.
Let me ask you a question.
It is what it is. Trev. But the thing is this team can't get over itself. And
let me ask you something, Trev. And I'm asking Commandalorian as well, and whoever else has a problem with this. Okay, this was Alumni weekend. There were 90 people that they were honoring, right?
Yeah.
90 people weren't there. Let's just say there was
89
50.
or
let's just say there was 50.
Cooley wasn't there, right? He refused to be there.
Okay. They were there for the weekend. They had dinners. They had events with members of the team, other alumni, the organization. They did golf outings. The next day they had parades. They had signings. They had all these different events. They had the day of the game where they had the parade and all that on stage and out on the field and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing they got wrong was one guy's piece of paper. Oh my God. What about those thousands and thousands and thousands of details
you know what?
that they got right?
That's true. But
it's one tiny thing.
Which should have been taken care of. Like, it shouldn't even been an issue because it's so small. But it is because it just looks bad on organizations, bad optics. Yeah,
you
of course, did dinners and signing autographs.
Don't you think that's why Mark did that? Don't you think that's why Mark Jr. pushed that out? Was because it was bad optics on the team?
It's bad optics on the
No,
organization.
I guarantee you that Mark Mosley Sr., the NFL MVP, has a bad relationship with this organization.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But he did his duty to come back and all this other stuff. I'm just making stuff up, but I'm pontificating on what could be the issue. And he tells his son about it all the time, right? And so his son saw an opportunity to make the organization look bad because of optics. Now, I'm a big optics guy. I get it. But let's get away from this piece of paper on his name tag and making a big deal about it.
Well, we're just adding it to the bad optics list. That's all. That's all. The whole point of it is.
Bad optics is the Sean Taylor. The whole thing with Sean Taylor. That's bad optics.
And then also,
literally
a
taking
piece of
photos in front
paper
of porta potties. Bad optics.
Misspelled is not bad optics.
It is, bro. You're honoring it's alumni weekend, and you're having them pose also in front of a whole section of Green Bay Packer fans.
That's not the organization's fault in terms of where the picture was taken and having Green Bay folks there.
You couldn't pick anybody. You couldn't take it upstairs in the Legend Hall or another.
They had the sign that was on the stadium that was pre-put on the stadium. Okay, it's against the wall. It's there already.
Against the wall. The sign,
wherever it was, you know what I mean.
And they were right there in the stands. You could have put them somewhere else. Take the picture up in the press box.
Are you talking when they were on the field? The picture for when they were on the field. So here's the thing. Okay, here's the positioning for people unaware. Right, they're facing the home side. Okay, so they're facing where our home fans are. It's not like, I don't know what you want them to do. You want them to face Trav, you're just going to complain that they're facing the away fans. Okay, to get the picture.
It's not a bad. I know personally, I don't care. But this organization is unfortunately built on bad optics. The Sean Taylor thing is one. The whole botchery, the family photo in front of porta potties, it's all bad optics. That's what this whole thing is about. I personally don't care where they take the picture. But as a fan of organization, and if they want to stop shooting themselves in the foot and being a joke of everything, be better at the optics stuff. I know it's.
I don't think that's a bad optic.
But this is never going to stop.
Question for you guys. I don't know when was it posted? Was it posted after the victory or was it posted during the game?
During
the game.
Okay. I think that's. I'm of the mind. I don't know Mark Jr., but it seems like it was very deliberate in that case, and it is what it is, and moves on. Trav, gonna stick with the bad optics side of the house real briefly because I think this is another non-issue in the grand scheme of things. The seat cushions kind of got some flack that they were giving out for the game. Now, one thing is that there was the famous seat cushion game from before where people were tossing the seat cushions onto the field. They actually included that in the video montage that they did. There was some calls for people to do that again. So they decided, no, we're not going to have these given out before the game. You can get them after the game. And then when you got it after the game, it wasn't the seat cushion that you got in like the 80s, 90s. It was like a single piece of packing foam covered in some plastic. I do have one. You want me to bring it over real quick?
Yeah. I want to. Let's check it out.
Yeah, let's check it out. Okay.
But I think that's a bigger deal than a guy's piece of paper.
I'm with you. I'm just defending that it's a part of all these bad optics. Yeah, it's not that big a deal. It's not to me, but like.
So individually, it's not a big deal, but when you add it up with all the other stuff,
because look, we're talking about on our podcast because our organization keeps dropping the ball on simple things and causing us to talk about it when all they have to do is spell the name right. Wouldn't be an issue. Give up. That's okay. That I have an opinion on that. That ain't pushing nobody's seat. I don't give a damn how old you are, who you are, whatever.
That's bad optics, my friends.
For the audio listeners, I'm holding up a quote unquote seat cushion that was given out. The 90 logo. I think it looks sharp.
It is fine. Yeah.
It is definitely meant for decoration. I mean, that's how thin it is right there. Is you can, when I turn it sideways, you could still see me clearly behind it. Like it's a very thin thing.
Would you say half an inch, if that?
If that.
Yeah, not even half of an inch thick. Is it soft at all?
I mean, yeah,
Like,
it's definitely, you can tell it's like it's like packing foam is what it is. Like if it's, it's,
I mean, that to me just screams fiscal stinginess. That's right.
Yeah. I mean, you're giving away 30,000 of these. People have talked about how potentially that there, maybe some issues with cash flow.
If Dan Snyder can pay a $10 million fine via cash, we can get some better damn seat cushions.
He's also bought a house. He's bought yachts. Like I don't think he's hurting with money.
Bounce when they win contests and they don't go through the bank. Maybe that's why they can't afford seat cushions. Who knows? Bad optics.
I can get that they didn't want to hand those out before the game, because I was thinking, like, before the game and you were looking at like the old from the 80s or whatever when they were throwing them out, and they're like this thick and all. I was like, what are they really worried about? I get it now. That thing's a weapon.
Yeah,
that's like a Chinese throwing star or whatever.
They would have been on the field after that pick six. They would have been on the field.
Oh, yeah, they definitely would have been out in frustration. But here's the thing, Stoner. That thing is so flimsy. There's no way people are making it to.
Oh, they weren't even going anywhere.
Oh no, that thing is not making it down to the field. Like that, it's not even worth it as a frisbee. Okay, it's pretty rough. Okay, it's pretty rough. But yeah, Grayson is talking about here up here a bit. If you ever get the prize winner sign, it's always going to be those plastic sunglasses.
Yeah,
okay?
we all got those.
Those signs are designed to get you to go to the ticket people to talk about season tickets. That's all that is. Every stadium does it. The gift is just supposed to be something cheap, so that way you're like, yeah, you won this. Oh, what did you think about becoming season ticket members? That's just how it rolls. Doug, I would love if that were the case, saving every penny for the new stadium. That would be a good thing. I would appreciate that. Or maybe it's saving money because he's not going to be the owner, which Jim Irsay had some stuff to say about that. He doubled down on it, Soner.
Good.
He came out, he was asked the question again, and he's not back down once from this. What do you make from him doubling down on that statement as we prepare to take on Indianapolis?
Yeah, that was pretty surprising that he would talk about it again. I mean, just because the commissioner kind of put you did it backwards, Nathan. I think now you're muted because we heard the whole thing. That was funny. He's like, let me mute myself. Now let me take myself off mute.
My apologies for our listeners on that.
It wasn't loud, but everything here.
Yeah. Anyways, continue on.
But I thought it was just interesting that the commissioner Goodell said, let's zip it until we have more information and we have the report and everything. But he went back on a radio station and he talked about it again. And he doubled down. He said, yeah, I really believe that this guy should not be a part of our shield, this NFL ownership. And that speaks volumes after everything all the hullabaloo that happened the week before. For him to double down, I think was another big deal. But of course, nothing will happen until this Mary Jo White report comes out, and we'll see what's there.
It's going to be big. Last thing before we head to the game is Joshua asking Jair Alexander trash talking to Terry. You guys know of this? Oh yeah, they're going back and forth. And Trev, who got the last laugh?
Scary Terry. I mean, when he scored that touchdown, he turned around and gave a look at it like, "What now, son?"
Yeah.
He went to I mean.
All the plays that Alexander made were all because of bad throws by Heinicke, not because Terry was covered.
Yeah,
right. That's what was great about it, and I mean that happens all the time. But you could tell that this got a little bit more under the skin of Terry because he really reacted once he caught that long touchdown. That was pretty cool.
I saw Gus Bus up there and said that we haven't faced top 30 wide receivers other than CeeDee Lamb. Wouldn't give kudos to JDR yet. I'm going to rebuttal that because I think he does deserve kudos for football side. Because we're, third or fourth in the league in sacks, third or fourth in quarterback pressures. We didn't allow a third down conversion at all against Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
The past 2 games, 12-7 Bears, but still they only scored 7. I think our defense I think they do deserve kudos because before those 2 games, where we were calling for JD Zara's head, do a different scheme. Jamin Davis can't play. Kendall Fuller, William Jackson, and now Jamin Davis, you tweeted it, Stoner, is an NFL linebacker, so they do deserve kudos. That's all.
And I would also rebut that they haven't faced top 30 receivers. I mean, Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's a top 30.
Big time. Alvin's top 30.
He was saying since
top 30.
Oh, since Lamb?
CeeDee Lamb.
Well, how many? What games is that?
3.
What games are we talking about then?
Green
Bay, Chicago.
Green Bay, Chicago, and Titans, right?
Yes, just those 3.
Okay, that's fine, but they're all NFL teams and NFL players.
Yeah, and maybe when it gets down to it next
week. Oh, Gus Bus.
Not this week, maybe next week when they play 2 top 30 NFL receivers.
Oh, Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen.
Then might get waxed. Okay, that could happen.
We'll give Kirk time, but that's down the road. But here we go.
But let's just focus on what they've done so far and how they have done it and where they rank and all that stuff. Yeah.
I saw that comment. Convenient to pull Jackson when you're not facing top receivers. Well, also because he's used to following top receivers. They got the man playing zone against everybody else but a top receiver. So he's out of – it's just the whole confusion.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's going to be something that plays out here over there. Real quick, before I know we said that was going to be the last one, just wanted to hit Grayson's here before moving on to the game. Any details on Rivera going to Cali today for his mom? Was a one-time thing or ongoing situation? Well, it currently is an ongoing situation because he's there right now. Jack Del Rio is taking over coaching, head coaching responsibilities while Ron is out of town. I don't have any more details on that aspect, but I would expect Ron to be there for the game come Sunday, but he might not be there until later this week for the Commanders. So we will we'll
monitor.
We'll monitor. Rockman here also saying that they said his mom was sick. No other details. So it will be something that we'll keep in touch with. We're also going to go ahead and keep you informed on this game against Indianapolis. After a message from our sponsor, we got the injury report and we got the skinny on the number 4 from the opposite side. All that here on Ref the District.
The game is brought to you by Pacers Running Stores. Pacers has 5 stores in Northern Virginia and DC. For the best running footwear, apparel, and gear, just stop by or schedule a virtual fitting with the best running experts in the business. Pacers Running exists to help as many people as possible through running. For every run, it's Pacers Running.
Great message from one of our sponsors there, Pacers Running. For every run, they got you covered. Make sure you check them out in person at one of their stores in the DMV or check them out online. We got an online fitting from them. It was great, easy. They put us in the right pair of shoes. Stoners out there actually running again. First time really since the start of the pandemic.
Yeah, man.
Getting fit and getting ready for his mama to come home and show some of those Benjamin St. Juice moves. Ooh. Now, getting fit as well is Chase Young. Don't know why I spaced on that one, but Chase Young is trying to get healthy. He was not activated. So we won't see him here. He was not even going to start practice. Might start practice next week. Stoner, when would you like to see him back?
Let's not put a timeline on it as far as fans are concerned. Let's just say when the organization and Chase Young and the doctors all think he's ready. I don't know when that's going to be. My best case scenario was before this Green Bay game in the offseason when we heard all about this. So we have no idea how these injuries work and how each one responds to it. So, but hopefully next week they'll take him off of the IR, right? So we can get that 3-week window, that 21-day window when they can activate him and get him ready. He's going to need at least a week of practice, don't you think? At least at least one full week, maybe even more. But so maybe Minnesota, or maybe they just wait till they come home. Who's after Minnesota? Remind me. Who's that? Is that Philly? Is that the Monday night game?
No, it's there's one more between Philly. Now you're gonna make me look it up.
You sure? So it's this week is Indy, Minnesota.
You have Minnesota, and then
help me out.
Did you have Houston? Is it Houston then?
After I think
or
after
Atlanta? So it is Philadelphia. Sorry, it's Philadelphia, then Houston, Atlanta.
Yeah, so it might be the Monday night game against Philly. Might be his return. That's kind of my best guess. But whatever it is, make sure he's 100%. None of this, feeling pretty good. No, he's got to be 100%. But I mean, this could go all the way until who knows? They haven't activated that 3-week window yet. So once they do that, then they've got 3 weeks, and they could have those 3 weeks and then just say, you know what, he's still not right. Shut him down the rest of the year too. They don't have to activate it.
That's possible. That might be the case if EP is right, and she thinks they're not telling us something about this injury. Trev, what do you think about that statement? Do you think that there's merit to that? Do you think they're hiding something from us?
No, I don't think so, because we've seen clips. I think at the Packers game, he was out in the field doing hard agility cuts and agility runs and training. And so I think if there was something that they were hiding from us, we wouldn't see him working out pregame or off to the side. He would just be standing there and they're like, wait a minute, I thought he's ready to go. And they're saying this, but why is he not working out with the rest of the team? Then I'd be like, they're not telling us something. But he's showing all the signs that he's almost ready to go. And they came out today saying they want to see one more doctor just to be on the safe side, because he could have practiced this week, but they wanted to, just have one more go at it, see what's going on, and then he should be ready to go next.
I think it's widely known that it's more than an ACL.
Oh, yeah.
Just an ACL. Like Logan Thomas was
from another
just an ACL.
He had to get like another part of his knee.
Yeah, it's full reconstruction.
Yeah. So it's going to take
a little bit longer.
But because we don't want a Logan Thomas situation, because now his knee's fine, but now his calf is bad, which I think is why he came back early, because now he has. So we don't want that to happen. I think they're doing a genius job with this rehab, because he's our number 2 overall pick. We saw what he's capable of doing. He's a franchise player. He's a generational player, generational talent. That's not something we just want to throw to the fire just because of what we saw he can do. We want to keep him safe and sound so we can get better and add on to what he's already done for us. So I think they're doing great with what they're doing.
Well, and that same thing here from Outlaw King 757, they ask, what's the point to activate him for the Philly game this season? Will almost be over. Just keep him on the sidelines. You're talking about protecting our investment, Trevor. Is it worth it to even bring him back if by the Philadelphia game they're out of it, even though we already talked about how they're right in the thick of it right now?
You bring him back. You bring him back. You give him a shot. I mean, he's been working his butt off, rehabbing, and if you think he's good to go, and doctors say he's good to go, and he comes out and he's not good to go, then you shut it down. But he's at least owed that chance to see if he can go. You know what I mean?
He wants to play football. He's a football player. He's a competitor. He's an athlete. He wants to play.
It's a divisional game. What if we do beat Indianapolis and the Vikings, and then we're 5-4, and now it's Philly? You definitely want to bring him back, because what if Philly loses his next 2 games and they're 6-3 now, and now we're 5-4? You know what I mean? So it's like,
and even if you're 4-5, we've seen it in the NFC. 11 of the 16 teams in the entire division are at 500 or worse.
Yeah, that's only.
It's not over after 9 games.
After that.
Yeah. There's a long way to go.
And if we do bring him back, then he's going to play, and he remains healthy. He'll play the same amount of games as he played before he got hurt. He missed like week 9? He got hurt last year, something like that. Last half of the season. Yeah. So it's like if he comes back now, and that's like a whole year full recovery right there. So
yeah. No, you bring him back when he's healthy.
Yeah. Commander Lorian brought up the training staff, and that kind of mishap is why we lost generational talent and Williams there, the best left tackle in the game. Yeah. Do you have faith, Stoner, in this training staff to get Chase back to where he was his rookie season?
It's a different training staff. It's not the same guys. The other guy's in jail, right? Or wherever he is, or he's under indictment. Yeah, DEA Ryan's in jail or wherever he's sitting. No, seriously, it is different guys. But I mean, they're professional. They're doctors, okay? not every doctor is perfect. It's not a curse over the organization, and then we have the worst training staff. It happens everywhere.
There's a reason why it's practicing medicine. Right?
I get it. I get it that it's Trent Williams and that they screwed up his whole issue with his. Yeah, but you know what? Again, what about the hundreds and hundreds of other guys who have had injuries and who have come back and who have played for this organization?
Can I name one?
Sure.
Alex Smith.
There you go. There's one for you that had his leg amputated.
The man almost died.
Yeah.
Of a broken leg.
And he played.
And he played.
Right.
Okay,
I mean,
that's all you gotta say.
There's all kinds of them. Just think of this year, from last year. I mean, you had Logan, but Logan is re-injured it a little bit, or his calf. Maybe he compensated, whatever. You had Curtis Samuel, who was hurt. J.D. McKissick, who was hurt.
Gibby was hurt for a little bit.
Yeah. On the flip side, guys, you got Jahan Dotson, who seemed to be rushing back a little bit and potentially re-aggravating an injury.
That's tough. Hamstrings and groins, I think, are the toughest to diagnose.
Yeah.
Because one day you could be feeling great. We saw with Curtis Samuel last year. He was practicing. He was ready to go. He's going to pitch count. Next thing you know, he's back in the garage. Those are just too hard to diagnose. So those are, that's.
EP, stop reading headlines and read the whole story.
What did she say? What was that one?
EP said he went to the military, and this referencing,
and he
Alex
got
Smith
some assistance.
And
he didn't just leave the team doctors and say, I'm going over here and never going back to the team, and then showed up one day and said, I'm ready to play football. That's not.
Alex Smith definitely. Yeah, a lot of the rehabbing was done with the military because that's how extensive that injury was.
Yes,
they went there. B-Rob is a great example from racing here.
Yeah,
came back within a month. Yeah,
so your question, but I get it. I'm confident in this training staff about the injuries.
Yeah, but I get it. I understand the whole thing with Trent Williams, and they botched it. And maybe with Jordan Reed with his concussions, they botched it or whatever. But they don't botch every single one. This is kind of my point.
All right, fair enough. Well,
for like 3 days.
That's on the serious side of injuries. Let's get to who is on the injury report right now, Trev. Who? Yeah, right here for us, and then we'll go to the Colts.
These are DNPs today. Sadiq Charles, guard.
Okay, slow down.
DNP Sadiq Charles, guard, illness.
Okay, so
you'll be fine.
So he should be all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Jahan Dotson, hamstring, DNP.
So he didn't even practice. No. That's a problem.
I don't think we see Jahan Dotson this week.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Cole Holcomb, foot, DNP. That's a problem.
That's a little bit of, who's his backup? Bostic?
Probably gets out there.
It's probably Bostic because he's a signal caller just as well as Cole. I like
that's not good either.
William Jackson back, DNP / request trade. They left that off, but Cole Turner, concussion. DNP.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see him.
By the way, that was Heinicke's fault.
Yeah,
hospital ball.
Now we're going to get to limited. De'Ami Brown, groin, so that's expected.
Yeah, limited though, but I mean, at least he was out there.
Right? Logan Thomas, calf, limited, so he was out there today. Nikki J did say he was there participating.
Yeah.
And Jonathan Williams, knee, limited as well.
Yeah.
Sam Cosme, finger full.
Full practice. Hold on, he had a full practice today.
Oh yeah, club and everything.
I you know what? I should have checked. Was he practicing at guard or tackle?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Did he play on Sunday?
I mean, he was dressed. I don't know that he got.
Yeah,
snaps.
Lucas was still out there. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know that Cornelius Lucas is the number one rated tackle for run blocking PFF grade? Number one.
And we don't run the ball.
NFL. I think right tackle, not all tackles. Right tackle.
We should probably run some more.
I love my man Stoner with the sniff test, bringing out the PFF grades.
Hey,
and then there's one more.
I had the sniff test on Cornelius Lucas. I said the boy can play. The guy can play.
One more person who's a full participant.
All right.
Taylor Heinicke, calf.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's complaining a little bit of the calf.
But he did the whole thing.
Interesting. I didn't even see
Colts
that. All right.
We're doing Colts now?
Yeah, let's do the Colts.
These two are DNPs, but this is because of arrest. Stephon Gilmore, stud cornerback, and defensive end Yannick Ngakoue.
Ngakoue, maybe?
Yeah. They're both
all right. They're studs.
Defensive end rookie Kwity Paye out of Michigan, DNP, ankle. He probably won't be a go. Matt Ryan, right shoulder / bench warmer now. He's a DNP.
I heard a good nugget about that. Maybe we can talk about
that. No matter what the injury, he's still getting benched, but we'll get to that. Linebacker Grant Stewart, pectoral. He's done. DNP. And linebacker JoJo Damon, abdomen. He was limited. Their center Ryan Kelly, knee, limited. Yep. Wide receiver Kiki Kuti, concussion, full. Linebacker Zaire Franklin, shoulder, full. Shaq Leonard, back, full. And Luke Rhodes, long snapper, his shoulder, he's a full. Shaq Leonard's one to watch because he was a full participant last week, and then later in the week they ruled him out. So he's been battling.
He didn't even play?
No, he's been battling injuries all season. Back, nose, ankle. So we don't even know he's going to play this week, but that's Wednesday's report.
And Jonathan Taylor's no longer on their injury report, huh?
No, he's not.
So he's good to go.
He just doesn't get the ball.
So the interesting nugget I heard about Ryan, and that the reason the whole injury situation and how they're just not going back to him, if he's injured next year when they get ready for camp, there's some window or whatever. If he's injured during that time, then they owe him like an extra $17 million. So they don't want him injured. That's
they want him healthy.
One of the
now.
biggest reasons they're.
Well, that's why I said regardless of the injury.
Yeah, he's done, which is crazy how that whole situation played out from the offseason and how Jim Irsay was killing everybody about how Matt Ryan is great. And
you had what's his face in tears because of how much he throwing up is what it was because of how much he reminded there's Reggie Wayne was just like I'm throwing up how much he reminds me of Peyton Manning, rookie Peyton Manning, because he definitely didn't look like vintage Peyton Manning out there. The Colts come into this game 3-3-1, the definition of 500, right? They are just a boring team. They tied against the Texans to open up their season, got routed at Jacksonville 24-0.
Yeah,
they kept it. They beat the Chiefs though, 20-17.
Which is
then turn around and
it's
random. It's any given Sunday, right? After you get blanked by the Jaguars, you go out and you beat the Chiefs, who are Super Bowl contenders. You lose to the Titans by a touchdown. Then you have an ugly game against the Broncos, 12-9. Then beat Jaguars 34-27. Offense came alive for that one.
How is it that the first time you play Jacksonville, you score 0, and the second time you score 34? I don't understand the NFL, and it's why I don't want Maryland to allow me to bet on my mobile phone because you just can't bet this NFL.
It's going to be a mess for you, right? Then they lost to the Titans last week, 19-10, a team that Washington lost to as well. So they lost to the Titans twice. Washington the once. We were closer than they were in both times, but it's not really here nor there because it's an any given Sunday here for these teams. What do you guys think of the Colts as a team? Obviously, we're going to talk about the Sam thing here in a little bit, but what do you think of them as a team here? They only score 16 points a game for the record.
Horrific offensively. Now we're not that much better. Right, we're at 17.9, I think, and they're at 16. But still, 16 is what, 31st in the league, maybe? I think.
Yeah, I would have to pull that up specifically, but they
not that important. But offensively, they are horrific. They talked of so much about this. The reason Carson Wentz, was so good last year was because their running game, right? That's what they were saying in Indianapolis was because their running game. That's why he was so good, right? And this year they're 30th in rushing at 81 yards per game. They are horrific at running the ball. Their offense is terrible. all the way around. Listen to this. Here's a few stats I pulled. The Colts are second in most sacks given up this year with 24.
Here we come.
They are third most in pressures given up at 110.
Here we come.
They're the most. They've given up the most QB hits, 88 times.
We're here.
Now, that has a lot to do with Matt Ryan being a statue back there, right? But whatever.
And pass protection.
And then, of course, they have of course, it's their pass protection. And then, of course, they have that 30th ranked rushing and like the 31st ranked scoring team. They are horrific offensively.
Mm-hmm.
Our strength right now is stopping the run, right? Defensively, right? And they've got not a rookie quarter. I keep saying rookie. His first start.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you just got to get after him.
Yeah, get
after him with everything you got. You got to send 6, 7 guys every single play. Stop the run first with those guys, and then go get that quarterback. And hopefully he's playing like a deer in the headlights, and everything's too fast for him, and you just pummel him 6 or 7 times, and he throws a pick, and they do nothing on the ground, and you beat them 24-10.
Yeah.
That's the recipe for beating them, is to get after Ehlinger. He's got wiggle, okay? He can run. So they have to watch out for that. Did you see his stats in college? I didn't even realize how good he was at Texas.
He was lights out. Nathan, you got those stats by chance?
I don't have those stats by chance. But I can tell you this. I mean, he was a legitimate college quarterback, lots of spirit. I mean, he's like the Wish Baker Mayfield. Okay. This guy, he is very much like Taylor Heinicke.
I was going to say.
He's just a younger version, right? He's doesn't have a strong arm,
right?
But he can push the ball downfield when needed. He's definitely somebody who's going to move with his legs, and he's somebody I think the Indianapolis Colts can rally around when he does something big. And it's to me that's a lot like Baker Mayfield. You saw that in Cleveland. You know, he would get just rocked on the sideline and then storm up in the field and do like a first down motion, and everyone goes wild, and then they lose the game 21-7.
Yeah,
but, and that's what you're going to get with Sam behind center. Is he's going to make a couple of plays that you're going to be like, wow, how did he get away from that? Or, oh, look at him run. And then he's going to make some boneheaded plays because he's a second-year player in the NFL and doesn't matter. Texas hasn't been back in some time, and they're not playing up the good competition there down in the Lone Star State, and now he's playing against even better competition. So, but he will provide an exciting game, and I do think that he's going to give Washington some fits. Even as good as this defense has been playing, there's no tape on him, right? There's not any NFL tape on him. So, what he's going to provide is going to be similar, I think, to what Taylor, brought for Washington against Tampa Bay in the playoff game. Right. There's going to be some excitement. I don't think that they win, spoiler alert, but I do think Sam has the potential to give this team fits. He's not going to be a long-term solution for the Colts, but for what they, where they drafted him, I think that he'll be exciting. I think in our quarterbacks episode, Stoner, I don't know if you remember, we kind of threw him in with the all others, and he was one that I said that I wouldn't mind if Washington threw a flyer on, because You're talking about Sam Ehlinger? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know we talked about him at all.
Oh, we just threw him in the all others because we talked about the big. We skipped the big names because we knew we weren't going to get anybody. We talked about the mid round ones for last year, and then I was just like, okay, any QB flyers, and you're like, no, they're all trash. And I was like, Sam Ehlinger is one I'd have my eye on, and that's largely because as a Sooner fan, I got to see a lot of him play, and again, that's what you want from a late round pick, is somebody who maybe not is going to develop, but this is a Colt McCoy, even though Colt McCoy was taken high. This is somebody who you can get, like I said, Taylor Heinicke, you're going to get some good plays out.
On paper.
Yes, that part, Gus Bus, is really nice. The 1-3 record versus Oklahoma.
On paper, this should be a route. It should be a route. It won't be,
but won't be.
But it should be like a 20% game.
On the field, it should be a route, too.
That's what I'm saying. It should be, if you just look at everything and just common sense, say this should be a route. It probably won't be. And heck, there's a chance. Washington loses, but
I got a nice funny feeling we might have a rout on our hands this game. I really do. Yeah. I mean, I think Sam's gonna, like you said, Nathan's gonna do some wow things because we don't have tape on him. But that's not gonna last the whole game. We're gonna figure him out. We're gonna figure him out easily, probably by second quarter, and then just go to town.
I mean, he's a 6th rounder for a reason. Okay. Yeah. He's never played in an NFL regular season game.
He has 3 rushes, but no starts.
Well, okay.
Or those victory formations.
I saw that stat. He has legit 3 rushes in an NFL season.
Yeah.
But 0 starts at quarter, 0 starts. That's wild.
Yeah. So there shouldn't be anything that he's going to go out there and do and take away, and make this Washington defense look bad. I don't care if you're taking him lightly and you don't think he can do certain things on defense and you're being a little bit casual, but still, just based on pure instinct and athleticism, this defense should be able to dominate this horrific offensive line.
Yes.
And a quarterback that has no business beating an NFL team right now. He just has. But then again, the Colts beat the Chiefs earlier this year.
But they had Matt Ryan, and that was like the second game of the season. The Chiefs were still trying to get continuity, but then by the third game,
they were rusty. That's what it was.
That's exactly what it was.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, they were nervous.
Whatever. Tanner's jumping in here. He says, peeping my head in, I'm less depressed now that we're winning. Winning does tend to cure all things. I want to remind people, you're going to want to stick around when we get to the warm-up. We got a huge announcement you're going to want to be here for, okay? The cool down. Yeah, sorry, the cool down. I'm sorry, it's so hot. That announcement's so hot. I'm just thinking about warming up.
And by the way,
stick with that one. We're not transitioning to that yet, but because we still got lots of Colts talk.
Yeah, but just wanted to remind everybody also, hit that like button for us. Make sure you hit that like button.
Make sure you hit that like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And we love bringing good content here every Wednesday, and then of course during the games and on day after reckoning, and then every now and then on some other things. The Colts, I seems like we're all leaning towards this should just be a knockout victory for Washington, gets them to 500. But Trev, is there something you're worried about? If it's not Sam, what about this Colts team are you worried about, or is it less about them and more about our team?
Shaq Leonard is a difference maker, so if he plays, you got to watch out for him. Stephon Gilmore, he's obviously going to play. You can't test him because I forgot who he tested. Russell Wilson, and saw what happened. So for the Colts, that's one thing I fear. For us, we got to take care of the ball and be disciplined. This is another perfect setup game for a team who needs to get right, no matter who's quarterback. Taylor, you got to take care of the ball. Gibby, I know you've been doing it well, but you still take care of the ball. B-Rob, you had a couple close call fumbles this last game that took forever to challenge on one of them, and second was like he's already down, but that's happening way too often, ball security. And then the defense. You let Aaron Rodgers back in the game with 4 defensive penalties back to back to make it close. Other than that, we should be fine. Stay disciplined, take care of the ball, and you'll be fine. You can run, you can pass a little bit, but just take care of the ball.
Now, Stoner, you brought up PFF earlier. One of those stats they put out there was Taylor Heinicke had 4 or 5 turnover-worthy plays. Obviously, it only ended up in 1 turnover. What do you think of, that stat, and how's that going to affect this game? That's that ball security Trevor's talking about. Are these turnover-worthy plays something that's going to come back to bite Washington this week against the Colts?
Yeah, very simply. If Taylor Heinicke plays against the Colts the way he played against the Packers, we're going to lose this game. Because he was not good until he got into a groove, but he got into a groove because the running game started clicking, and then he didn't have to do as much. And still, even in that second half, when everybody talks about how great he was still throwing some passes up there that you would not be comfortable with. Even that last pass to Terry, he threw it knowing that Terry was going to be somewhere around there.
Oh my God.
That he would catch it. And he did. But there was other plays where he was just kind of lobbing it up there and aiming it seemed like. Yeah, he can't play the same that he did against Green Bay because they will lose this game. He's got to be smarter with his passes, and he's got to step into those throws, man. When he steps in, he throws nice targeted passes, and when he's on the run, he throws some nice passes and use his legs more, right? Scott Turner, get him outside the pocket more.
Yeah, do some RPOs.
Threat of running, even if he doesn't run. So yeah, he's got to clean it up. We talk, it's a Taylor Heinicke love fest within Washington right now because of what he did. Let's not ignore the 7-8 from last year. Let's just not say
7-9. 7-9.
He was 7-8.
Or the pick six Sunday. I mean, luckily we bounced
and the fumble.
And so like
he's got to protect the ball more than he did against Green Bay. He was not good.
Gus Bus bringing this up here, that calf that we didn't know about until today's injury report. Maybe that is something that kept him from being mobile.
Could be. It could be related to injury, or not injury, but something that he's dealing with. But yeah, he can't play like he did against Green Bay. And we're going to be sitting here on Monday screaming about how we let a huge opportunity out of our grasp by losing to a Colts team because Taylor Heinicke threw 2 picks.
Exactly.
Fumble. You can't have that same game that he had last week.
Taylor, if you're listening or watching, no offense. This is your game to lose, bro. Like literally. It falls in your hands. It's your game to lose.
Well, I mean, if Washington does what they've been doing the last few weeks and RTDB run the damn
ball or rep the district, baby.
That's right. Run the ball.
Yeah.
They have I believe the 22nd ranked rushing defense.
The Colts do.
The Colts do. Run the ball 40 times.
Okay.
Please, I'm begging you.
Question. This game is going to be indoors again.
Yeah.
Will that have an effect on this team? Because I don't know if it had an effect on the team against Detroit when we played indoors. I don't know. Maybe it did a little bit. Is that going to be a factor going to another dome, playing on AstroTurf or whatever the field is?
In terms of what? Like, how did it affect them against Detroit?
We lost.
Yeah.
And
but did they lose because of a dome?
No, but it could be a factor. It's really loud on there. Maybe the grip isn't as good. I mean, we let somebody lay on their stomach, get up and run for a touchdown. And it seems like we were slipping all over the place.
Man, I forgot about that play. Why did I bring up those?
As dumb as it sounds, is it a factor? I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
I think if you're trying to compare the two teams, I think Detroit has a lot more speed than the Colts do. I think the Colts, Jonathan Taylor is a good running back. Obviously one of the better running backs. But I mean, he can't even do it behind this offensive line this year, right? Stoner brought up they're rushing 80 yards per game. And
they're going to run the ball.
Pittman is a fine wide receiver, but he's proven with Wentz he wasn't really a number one. Now, Wentz didn't exactly light the world on fire here with his wide receivers, and we are pretty high on Terry McLaurin, Curtis Samuel, and Jahan Dotson. But Pittman doesn't excite me as far as, and this is kind of where the comments were talking earlier. They're not facing top wide receivers. Pittman might be on the outside of that 30 side of things. So I mean, we're going to see if this defense can live up to the hype, because this is another team that they should be able to hold down like the Bears did. Now, the Bears was another team that had a poor rushing defense, and Washington couldn't run the ball against them.
I thought they rushed the ball fairly well against
Green Bay. Absolutely.
No, against Chicago. Didn't they run
against
for
Chicago?
40-something yards?
Are you kidding me?
I thought they did.
I'm going to bring it up.
Oh, you're bringing it up?
Bring it up.
Yeah. I mean, I thought they did, but
they ran
totally.
Oh no, Chicago they did run 28 for 128. All right.
Yeah. I thought they ran the ball pretty well against Chicago.
It was because they didn't go through Gibby a lot in the first half, and then they.
Yeah, that's what it was. The Brian Robinson into a puddle of dust. We got ourselves another donation this time from our friends over there at the Command This podcast. Thanks for giving that donation. My guys, this should be a dub. I don't like the negative 2.5 to the Colts, even at home. Taylor Heinicke needs to set his feet. Too many backwards, unbalanced throws. just not good.
Yep,
right?
I charted those on his 33 throws. I believe it was 7 that he stepped into, and the rest were either flat-footed.
Yeah, you kept saying all game he's throwing off that back foot, and when he did, they were lollipops.
I mean, his very first throw of the game was off his back foot in his own end zone and almost threw a pick. He threw it right to 2 defenders who ran into each other.
One of those turnover-worthy plays.
Yeah, that was definitely turnover. But yeah, he does that a lot. But man, when he steps into it, that McLaurin touchdown, he stepped into that.
The 2 best throws. And I know the one where Terry came back and caught it. That wasn't a good throw. It was a great play. It was not. The best throws was the Gibby touchdown and the McLaurin touchdown.
Yeah.
Those were 2 bucket throws.
He had a couple of sidearm throws that he threw.
He scares me when he throws those.
I know, but
that sidearm is so far out. It's like
he threw it right on the money to Terry who's running. Now, and then he had another one to Samuel that he threw sidearm on the move. And then he had that
avoided the sack and got away from him. You have to too, because those guys are leaving their feet to block those passes. Yeah. You mentioned the 2 good throws, Trev. Not only were they throws that he stepped into, but one of the things you see that he did right during that was he was looking off the safety. Yes. Gave him the space both times. I think Pete Haley shared some stuff on this. If it wasn't, it was maybe our man Jamal. But they showed it where he looked at the trip side just long enough to get the safety to move over and then just throws that dart to Gibson in the back of the end zone. Perfect. The one with Terry McLaurin, you got him one-on-one. You got that safety help, just looked him off long enough to just get that ball out there, and Terry had his man beat from the go. Like that ball, like if you actually look when it's thrown, Terry wasn't even like a quarter of his route at that point.
I saw that on Baldy's breakdown. The ball was in the air before he even got to,
before he fully got past Alexander there, that ball was already in the air. Taylor knew he knew where he was going, and he just tossed it up there, and Terry brought it down. Just absolutely.
Really, really disappointing that since Terry's been here, the best quarterback and the most continuity he has is Taylor Heinicke.
Yeah.
For some reason, they just connect.
And I looked at his stats the other day, just kind of checking it out. I mean, we've talked about how quiet Terry's been all year. He's on pace for like 100 catches and 1,100 yards.
Right now he is?
Yeah.
Good. Because I remember like week 2 or week 3 or something like that, he was like 200-some yards.
I think he's at 45 catches right now. Okay. And we're not halfway through, right? What are we, 3 and 4, 7 games? We're not even halfway through, and he's at 45.
Still got 10 games left.
And he's got like 400 and something yards or whatever. He's on pace for maybe his best season.
It's so funny. We were talking about last episode? He's not top 100. Yeah, we said top 100. Da 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 da. And now this week,
he's not. He's still not. I'm just saying. He's on pace.
You guys know I love me some Terry, so I'm biased.
Personal.
And I love the way Terry gets emotional and lit on the sidelines. Like,
I love that. That was so good to see him getting fired up,
wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So good to see him fired up. It's also good seeing these two fired up from between the uprights. Gibson and B-Rob are starting to hit their stride. A dose of these two, in my honest opinion, another nice rushing tackle like last week gets the W. As Stoner stated, we need 30 to 40 attempts. Add JD on the mix too. That's somebody we haven't really seen this year so far is JD McKissick. Trev, what's going on with our man down there?
I think Gibby and B-Rob are either outworking him in practice or outperforming him in games when they have opportunity.
What do you need him for, Trev?
Who?
B-Rob and Gibby are carrying the load. What do you need McKissick for?
Injuries. You need him. Injuries.
No, I mean, what do you need him? Why do we care if he's performing? Because the two guys in front of him are performing.
Well, because we care because of what he did for us last year. The offseason, we had a chance to go be 5-1 with Buffalo, but instead he came back to be 3-4 with us. So obviously he wanted to be here. He was a weapon for us. We didn't know what B-Rob was going to do until that first preseason game, and then after the injury. I mean, I don't know. I think he's still a nice weapon because, like you said, you line Gibby and B-Rob 2-back set. You bring J.D. McKissick in the slot with McLaurin and Cam Sims or whoever else is opposite of McLaurin. You still can use them in different ways. It's just production's gone down because he's not getting as much reps.
Yeah.
Because I think we're not scheming enough for him per se. You know what I mean? We're not dialing up enough things that he can per se like run.
Yeah, and my point is, right now, you don't need to. Is what I'm saying. You don't need to increase his performance because everything running wise, the running game is going extremely well.
Right, and I agree with that. If you're going to keep him and use him, make him a pass catching running back. Don't line him up to take carries. Like you said, we've got that covered with Gibby and Robinson, but
and
definitely Samuel. But give him a carry every now and then just to throw the defense off. But if you want to keep him and use him, put him in that slot position. Make him, more of a receiver role or more of a pass catching running back.
I would definitely trust JD out there more than Dax Milne.
Yes, and he's another security blanket for Taylor Heinicke as well.
Yep. J.D. McKissick, by the way, had 12 snaps against Green Bay. That was good for 16%.
Wow.
Of them. So
that's fine. That's fine right now. Now, if you have an injury to one of the top two guys, awesome that you have McKissick right there waiting. But I'm just saying that right now,
Gibson takes 29 or had 29 snaps. Brian Robinson 35. And so you figure if Gibson goes down for whatever reason, he pretty much just fills right into that 29. Brian Robinson goes down for whatever reason. Gibson takes that lead back role again, and you see a little bit more J.D. McKissick. You see a lot of J.D. McKissick on those guaranteed passing downs because his pass blocking is the best of the three. Yeah, he just knows where to go, and then he has a good outlet, like you said there, Trev, as far as getting there to pass. By the way, Alex Armah, three snaps.
3 plays, and one of them was that second to last one. I don't know where he was on any of the other plays, but I saw him on that second to last one when he blasted that safety. Again, it was almost 10 yards downfield. He pushed that dude.
Now, one of the things that did plague Washington was they had a lot of red zones that just ended up in 3 points. And Commandalorian brings this up. How many times have we been inside the 5 and not scored a TD? That's why we're 3-4 and on our backup QB. Bad O-line and offensive coordinator. Last I checked, we still got the same line and offensive coordinator. The offensive line has had some shift. Now, the offensive coordinator, he just gets into himself. Stoner, you kind of brought it up there. He had Alex Armah just being a bulldozer, and you had the play there where Armani Rogers was in like a wildcat with the two backs flanking him. You open it up. They had good positive yardage there, and the next thing they do is they switch it up and they don't get into the end zone. What do they got to do to fix their red zone problems?
Just simplify it. Simplify it and get back to just bulldozing. The offensive line is better at run blocking. Okay, they're pretty good at it. There's Sadiq Charles is not the greatest, but he's better at run blocking than he is at pass blocking. Same with Notwell. Notwell is better at run blocking, and most guys are. Just simplify it. Just run. Just slam the ball in there. Push guys, like we see with other teams. This is the new thing that guys are doing. They're getting 2 guys behind the quarterback, and the quarterback does a sneak, and they just go and they just push them in because it's legal now. It didn't used to be legal. Now it's legal. You can push a guy in the end zone.
Did you see the Tennessee guy, the one that the coach got all emotional about?
Oh, yeah.
Center. He got injured. He takes a few plays off, comes back, plays through the injury, and just literally picks up Derrick Henry and moves him like 6-7 yards for a first down. And what I'm saying, it looked like he was picking up his child and like everyone's dragging him like it was just like, but he just drags the whole pile 6-7 yards. It was pretty amazing.
Yeah. That's the easiest thing to do, man. Just
I agree with you, Stoner, because for one, like here's an example of the dumbest. Remember we were down there and they had Taylor Heinicke act like he was, talking to us and that, and it was really a fade route to Cam Sims. And it was remember that play, Stoner?
Was it
brought somebody in motion?
Cole Turner?
Oh, Cole Turner, yeah. Oh, yeah, I think. And it was like he tried to disguise it by doing this or whatever, and then like just run it in. And then Green Bay, you made a comment when they were running the ball, like at the beginning of the game when they tossed to Aaron Jones, went for like 8 yards. The very next play was a toss to Aaron Jones, first down. The very next play, it was a double. Like, so just stick with it. Stick with something.
Yeah. Be like the Joe Gibbs offense, right? Where you're just like, you're going to run that counter play until you stop it. Until you can show you stop it. We're just going to keep running it. And
it's 3rd and 2 or 3rd and goal at the 2.
And you line up a
throw
shotgun.
a fade pass
Yes.
from to a rookie tight end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just push the ball in the end zone.
Run a
Just
draw.
take the ball and just push it off. I mean,
there's definitely lots of things they can change.
Call us for red zone plays in the 5.
Yeah, call us.
Just call us.
We'll
pull Rodney Dangerfield.
I'm pretty sure it was a joke, but I saw somewhere where they were like, "We're going to strip the play calling duties from our offensive coordinator and let the fans pick." We have the technology. You have the technology now, man. You're gonna have your wide receivers gas because it's just going to be all go routes all the time. It's going to be a mess. They do that.
They should incorporate that NFL.
What?
If you're down within the 5, not every time, but throw it up on the billboard and let the fans decide what play you want to run to score. That would be dope.
Didn't they have a league? Isn't there a league?
Yeah,
maybe like
Johnny Manziel's in it. T.O. was in it. And that's it's indoor, but like
fans pick the plays.
You know, let's do it.
Yeah,
that's a mess.
What should we run here on this play? 4th and goal. Should we kick it? Should we run it? Shot like
that's the league. Some guy smoked a blunt after throwing a game-winning touchdown. Let's maybe not copy that one.
That'd be has to be inside the stadium. It has to be like.
All right. Let's. Any last words before we get to game predictions?
Yeah. Well, shout out to our guy Tony, it's been a minute since Tony's been in here. I know
give him a clap.
His work schedule changed. Appreciate you checking in with us, Tony. I know it's been a minute. And you're going to want to stick around because after we do game predictions, we're going to hit that cool down. We got a huge announcement you're going to want to be here for.
I was going to make a comment on that pick play. I think we tried to run that a couple of times too, and it ended up not working. Not in the red zone, but just like it ended up not being a thing. So that would be nice to run pick plays, but
they're keeping an eye on those pick plays nowadays, man. You can't even get anywhere near a defender on those pick plays. They'll call it. But, I was going to say also, before we go on to the next segment, make sure you hit that like button. There's only 34 likes. Come on, we got almost 70 people in here. Let's go. Hit that.
We do appreciate everybody, and make sure. Go ahead and give us a comment on what you think the game score is going to be. Who do you have? Who do you have winning this game? Trev, you said on the field this should be Washington's game. Who are you picking?
Well, I said on the field it should be Washington's game. I gave examples why. I'm still picking Washington. And I'm going out 27-9.
Ooh.
I don't think Sam gets in the end zone, bro. I think they're all field goals.
Wow.
I think he needs this game to get ready to go for next week, then they'll score some points. But you asking a man who's been the 3rd string all season long to come in and light it up, or at least, nah. They didn't even go to Nick Foles. I want to mention that. They didn't even go to Nick Foles. They went right to Sam.
They just went right past him.
But yeah, we win 27-9.
27-9 Washington. Doug's taking Washington 31-13. Get your predictions in there. Stoner, I don't like you to go last because you just go against people just to go against people. So give me your game prediction for Washington at Indianapolis.
Well, I mean, as I said earlier, on paper, this should be a rout in Washington's favor. It doesn't usually work that way in the NFL, but this is a team right now, Washington, who is riding with some confidence with 2 consecutive wins. They're riding high with the energy of Taylor Heinicke at quarterback. They're starting to get healthier than they've been basically all year, for the most part. Logan Thomas, I think, will probably play this week. Dotson, maybe not, but they're getting there. They're starting to hit their little stride. Every year they have about 3 or 4 games that they win in a row. I think this is their period that they're going to win 3 or 4 in a row. And so I've got Washington 24-10.
Let's go.
All right. Well, you got a lot of other people here with Washington. Commandalorian, Manscaped for the win, and the Commanders 19-14.
Nice.
Yeah, make sure you hit up that Manscaped code. We'll play that commercial here in just a little bit. Bonafide Picker taking Washington 24-13. Go D's Unbelton 24-10 Washington. Between the uprights says Manders 20, and then he finishes that score. Manders 20-10.
All right, Nathan.
21-23 Washington.
That's a party foul.
Yeah, it is.
You can't put the lower score first. You have to put the higher score first.
Party foul. Where's your flag, Nathan?
Nathan, you got homework to do. Bro, you got homework to do after the show. And I don't care if you hear me. You got homework to do.
You got a mansplain.
Yeah. I mean, she owes me. We're getting another pet, guys. So like she can do her own homework there. 27-13, Jay Divine. Just remember, Jay, we assume you mean our team.
Yeah.
Always Washington when you don't put in there. Tony, 26-16 Commanders. We all throw the left hand up.
Who are we?
The Commanders. Jay Divine does correct it, 27-13, the Commanders. EP is justifying her score by saying that we are the visitors. So it's Washington 21, the Colts 23. Then that doesn't make sense.
No, it's the greatest scores first, no matter who's home or away.
We gotta work on that one. Yeah, she did the visitors home format, which doesn't work actually, Doug, because 21-23 would be the opposite of that. So I'm not sure how that one works out for that. I am the last one to pick. It looks like we're going to have a clean sweep here. Washington's going to win this one. I'm with you, Stoner. I'm a little worried about it. You're muted, but I'm worried about that too. But I'm going to go 24-16 Washington.
Oh, this is not good, Trev. This is not good.
I know. I think it was Bonafide Picker who told us that we needed to pick Indianapolis. It worked for us last week. We all went against. We all picked Green Bay last week, and Washington won.
I can't do it to the Colts, man. It's the Colts.
I can't. This is a game they should win, right? So, gentlemen, I've picked against Washington the last couple of weeks, and I said that I'm not going to pick them until they show me something.
And
they show you something.
And they showed me something. All right, they showed me some fire.
Show you, Nathan?
So they showed me some fire. They showed me when they're how they're using the running backs. And I'm not saying Taylor Heinicke is great by any means. No. You guys know that I think that he's a backup quarterback, but the team rallies around him, and I do think he
never had a choice.
I do think that they can put together some solid play behind him. Terry comes alive with Taylor Heinicke behind center, and that's somebody you like to see. So there's enough in here that they've showed me that they should beat a bad Colts team. Now they should, on paper, just absolutely whack-a-mole these guys. But it's going to be 24-16, and they're probably going to have to defend another, late drive to make sure that our gray hair all comes in.
Yeah, it's not good for my heart.
I hope Taylor has formed some chemistry with other pass catchers this week, because I have a feeling Stephon Gilmore is going to blanket the hell out of Terry McLaurin, and Stephon Gilmore is no slouch.
You mean like Jair Alexander did?
Well, I was never a believer in Jair Alexander. I mean, come on. I am a believer in Stephon Gilmore. Sure. That dude, defensive player of the year one time when he's with the Patriots. He's been in Carolina now. And then, Carolina, now he's in Indianapolis. And I think he's been studying Terry McLaurin for quite some time. So,
okay. Well, if he blankets them, that's Curtis Samuel wide open, and I'm okay with that too. So, but
I want to be Terry's coming out party because it's homecoming. He's from Indianapolis. He's got 70 people coming, he said. So it'd be nice to see him show out, but I think it's going to be kind of difficult with Stephon Gilmore playing him against a Taylor Heinicke. I should say that.
I smell a dollar coming.
Okay.
We'll do that. We'll do that.
It'll be good here. Yeah. Commandalorian pointing out, the Colts podcasts are saying the same exact thing about Washington. They are not scared about us at all. They're going to blitz the crap out of us. It's probably true, but then Obey brings it up. Washington's just going to run the dang ball. That's what they got to do to win this game and take it away. Like Michael says, 30-21 Commanders. You got, Obey 82-3. That would be something.
That's crazy. They're not
Redskins Weekly 20-17 Commanders. Andre coming in the house 31-15 Commanders.
There it
Gregory
is.
with our first pick against Washington. Colts 23-20. Gregory, I love that you bring in that same energy every week.
Thank you.
You're true to yourself, and I can appreciate that. Make sure you get your scores in.
Or is he just a fan of everybody the Commanders play?
No, he's a fan of the Commanders. He has less faith in this team right now, which is understandable. What have they like? I said that they've shown me enough to beat this bad Indianapolis Colts team.
Me too.
But I would, if this were Philadelphia or Minnesota. Spoiler alert! In a couple weeks ahead, I'm gonna pick the better team, which are Minnesota and Philadelphia Eagles. Gregory did pick the Skins last week, 23-21. So
wasn't that the exact score?
It was.
Wasn't it 23-21?
23-21, yeah.
I'm gonna go back and verify that, Gregory Pet. I'm gonna go back and verify it.
Gus Bus taking the Commanders 41-10. I love it. Keep that energy up. Keep in the comment section, especially because we got that big announcement coming up right after this message from our sponsor. Stick around with us.
The Cool Down is brought to you by Manscaped. Ever since my Nathan started using their products, I can't cool down. Fellas, trust me. Go to Manscaped right now and get 20% off and free shipping by using the code REF. Your ladies will appreciate you. Now back to Trev, Stoner, and my Manscaped man, Nathan.
Yo, tell me why I just heard her say, makes me cool down. I don't think I ever heard that part.
I don't think I can ever not like smile and laugh at that commercial. It's great. Yeah, it's a fun one there. I appreciate the people who follow us and the people who comment, especially the ones who, like, we made the cryptic tweet yesterday that, you know, we have a huge announcement and everyone was jumping on it and really excited. And I loved that. I especially love the ones who, like, were making the assumption that it was about the team. I appreciate the love and the sentiment to it, but the team doesn't. We don't have those kind of connections, and even if we did, we'd be considered local. So Shefty is going to be the one to break anything new about this team, right? It's not going to come to some the three yahoos that are sitting in front of you. So, but we do appreciate the love here, and we do believe this is a huge announcement because this is something that we've been talking about for a while, and we've been working on and trying to wrap our heads around and how we can potentially give back, and that's what this is about. Stay tuned. That's right. Welcome to Ref the District's Season of Giving. All right. This is something that's important to us. We want to be able to do something, give back to the community. And this is this is the inaugural season of giving for Ref the District. We're going to be doing this each year. Going to pick a different charity each year to try to give to. This year, we've chosen the Fisher House. I mentioned earlier, I am an Air Force vet. Stoner is also an Air Force vet, and we have an appreciation for the Fisher House. They provide homes to military and VA medical centers around the world. They provide free stays, free of charge for the loved ones while that military member or that vet is in that home. I mean, they save families an estimated $547 million of out-of-pocket costs, and you can be a part of that by making a donation on behalf of Ref District. Now, this donation isn't just going to be necessarily for the good of your heart. We're actually going to give you the chance to win 2 suites, tickets, and parking to the Commanders game than when they host the New York Football Giants. That's right. That's what this season of giving is all about here on Ref the District.
Yes, sir.
Now, we wanted to talk a little bit more about what you have here available to you with Ref the District. Okay, so the season of giving, like I said, it is going to be about giving money to the Fisher House. I mentioned a little bit about what they provide there. You can go to this website. You can even just search up RTD Season of Giving, and we'll make sure the link gets out there so that way you have that and you can start donating, because we really do believe in this. And this is just by the numbers that they've done in 2021. They served 27,000 families, right? They've had the capacity for 1,300 families. Right now, they're on the road to 100 Fisher houses. They've served more than 430,000 since inception. They've offered 15,000 students have received 27 million in scholarship awards. They provide airline tickets to make sure people get to where they need to and their loved ones are taken care of. And so this is a pretty big deal for us to be able to go out there and make this happen. Stoner, I know that you have a story about the Fisher House.
Yeah, I was just going to do a real quick story, if I can possibly make it quick, about the Fisher House. And those who have been listening and watching us for a while know that Nathan and I have known each other for 10, 12 years because we worked together in Germany. And when we were in Germany, we worked for AFN, American Forces Network. And what we did is we went all around the world, Europe and the Middle East, and we told the story of what American service members are doing all across that platform. So one time I had one of my stories that I had to tell was I flew downrange. I flew down to, I don't even remember where I flew, if it was Afghanistan or Iraq at that time. But I was on a medical evacuation plane, okay, a C-17 that was outfitted to be a medical, almost like a hospital inside an airplane. We go down there and we pick up some injured soldiers. And one of them that I took a special interest in was a gentleman, an Army soldier who lost both his legs. And he was being flown back to Germany, to Landstuhl Regional Medical Center, whatever it's called, but one of the best military hospitals in the world, which is right
Tier 1 hospital back in the day.
Yeah, right next to where we were in Germany. And he was being taken care of there for about a week. And I kind of followed the story a little bit. His family, his mother, his father, a sister, and a brother, all were flown out to Germany from, I believe they're from Louisville, Kentucky. They were flown out there. They stayed at the Fisher House, which is right down the road from the hospital. All of it was free, that they stayed there. Think about that. These people did not have money, okay? But they were able to be there for their son serving their country, who just had his legs taken away from him in a war situation. And they stayed in the Fisher House for absolutely free. Free food, free living quarters, free transportation to and from the hospital every day that they wanted to go there. And they all did that mostly because of donations from everyday people like us. And so that's part of the story. And that's what kind of got me to being a big fan of the Fisher House. And I give just a little bit of money to them every year because I'm really proud of what they do. So that's kind of part of the backstory of why we selected this particular charity that we're giving to. And again, the great thing is not just that it's a charity that we're given to, but somebody who has donated to this charity is going to win something. And
how sweet it is. Yeah. This is what you get a chance to win, and play on words here with how sweet it is. But we have 2 tickets that are sweet tickets. You get to sit with us, the Ref the District crew, on game day at the game, FedEx Field, in a suite, watching the Commanders play the New York Football Giants. It's 2 tickets and a parking pass. Right now, the value, or at least what we paid for it, I'll let you know that, is more than $800. For your donation, you donate to the site that I just had up, and I'm going to go ahead and start the sharing of the screen here to kind of get into this aspect of this. But this is what you got here. Okay, so it's for the Fisher House. It's our season of giving. That site down there. You go to that site. You make a donation. And these are the raffle. That probably looks very familiar, very similar to the 50-50 that they get at FedEx Field. Now, we promise the check won't bounce. All this money goes directly to the Fisher House. Okay. We don't see a penny of this. It's not for us. We wanted to make sure. And this is another reason why I picked the Fisher House, is because it's a nice way to make sure all of your money is going directly to the Fisher House. And then what we're doing is we're having a raffle for the suite tickets, the 2 suite tickets and a parking pass, right? And so you can meet up with us before the game, hang out with us, and hang out during the game. The suite tickets, by the way, you get free food. You get free drinks. I was told it's nice because it's all indoors. You got a bathroom right there. You don't have to miss any of the game. It is right there. And it's going to be a good time. So $1 is going to get you 1 ticket. So even just for the low donation of $1, you're going to get 1 ticket on that. And we'll make sure that you get the information, because we're going to be doing a live drawing. Okay. It's open now. You can go to the website. The drawing is actually going to happen when Washington plays against the Giants before the bye. All right. It's going to happen that particular show, the 30th. The show before the Wednesday show prior to that game is when we're going to draw the winner. Okay. You can get some extra tickets by donating a little bit more. $5 gets you 6 tickets, $10, 15 tickets, 25 gets you 50 tickets. If you go higher than 25, we are going to get you the best deal possible. So maybe you wanted to give 89 tickets because you're a big fan of Santana Moss. All right, we will do the math and give you the best outcome for those $89 that you've donated. The big thing is we just want to make sure money gets to the Fisher House. These families of our members are taken care of, because they do a great job. Like I said, they provide scholarships even, and they make sure things are taken care of for the families. And that's not something you want to worry about when you're a service member or a vet, is how your family can be with you during those times of need. So we do appreciate it. EP has put it in the chat as well, so you have the link there. Stay with us because we got more Colts type stuff. I see we got ourselves a Colts bandwagoner fan in there, but we wanted to make sure people got that. During that huge spiel, we did get ourselves a donation to the channel, and that's from The Hot TV. Cowboys got Hankins, Eagles land Quinn, and the Giants are balling. We may be on a win streak, but wouldn't you guys agree that we need to make a trade to possibly upgrade the secondary?
Here's my answer to that. Yeah, of course. We would all love that. But I don't know if we're in the position to do it, number one. Second, if we can create enough quarterback pressure with our front and maybe second-level players, our secondary will be fine. I mean, it's kind of been that way the past couple of games, minus those penalties and undisciplined stuff. But Wild Goose had some PBUs. St. Juice had a couple of breakups.
Locking them up.
I mean, I think, yeah, and also who's available in secondary to go get, that's really worth going to get at this time. But I think if you create enough quarterback pressure, your secondary will be just fine, no matter who's back.
Maybe the Colts will be willing to part with Gilmore. I'm just saying.
Throwing that out there.
If Terry gets 2 tutties over 100 yards on Stephon Gilmore,
then you don't want him. Right? Then you don't want him.
The Colts might trade him, but we won't take him.
I think it's less likely, to be honest, that they're going to go after a cornerback than they will for like a linebacker.
Right.
And when it comes to it, I think that they want that's a position I think they know that they have to upgrade. But even then, you've been seeing a lot of Derek Forrest and Cam Curl and McCain out there at the same time. So I don't know that they really want 3 linebackers, but that's the position that they know that they're going to need to upgrade in this offseason.
I have a question going back to the raffle tickets.
Yes.
So if I make a donation to that website, right? Yeah. And I have to use that specific site because it will go towards our.
Yeah, it's specifically for the campaign Season of Giving. It is open right now. But I mean, it'll go towards Ref the District's campaign. Yes, it goes to Ref the District's Season of Giving. Yeah, that's exactly where it goes to. It's also something we can track. And so it's important that you go to that site specifically, because then we can track it. And that way we know who's donated. And you can stay anonymous. You don't have to necessarily tell us, if you're not really in it for the tickets. That's all stuff that you can put in there. Again, the main thing is, or if you win the tickets, it's up to you. What you do with the tickets is up to you. If you end up winning them and you wanted to kind of work your own thing for that, or you wanted to give them away, you let us know and we'll make that happen.
But here's
the
my
big thing
question.
is use this specific site, Ref the District season of Given, because that's how we'll know that you're donating on our behalf.
Yeah. So that's my question. So if I donate, how will let's say I do the $25 and I get 50 tickets, how will I know what my tickets are? How will I know
so that's the thing is well before the drawing, we're waiting to get the stack of tickets. So it won't be immediate, but we'll give you your numbers and we're going to do the full drawing. So we'll have the ticket number. We'll also have who's associated with the ticket number. So we'll have that name even for the live drawing, but we'll give the ticket number out so that way everyone can see. It's all going to be transparent. We're trying to make sure that we're as transparent as possible. It is a raffle and you're not guaranteed to win anything. The main thing, like I said, is the donation to the Fisher House organization on our behalf. And then the incentive is that we're raffling off these tickets, but we'll be keeping track of the numbers. I wasn't able to get anything digital like FedEx has for 50/50. That would have made that really simple. So we're going to go old school ticket stubs, and you'll have your numbers sent to you via email, because that's one thing that you do provide is an email. When you make the donation. Again, that's not public information. That just goes to us. But that's how I'll be able to send you your ticket information as far as like what numbers you have.
Okay, cool. Thanks for clearing that up. And then just to clear up for Gus, the drawing will be the away game against the Giants.
It'll be on November 30th.
Before that,
it'll be on November 30th is when we're going to be doing the drawing. That's before the away game for the Giants. So that gives you a full 2 weeks, because you got the Giants game, a bye game, and then the Giants game again. So you have 2 full weeks that you'll know, a little over 2 full weeks to plan it out. But this could be your chance to go to a Washington Commanders game free of charge. Your tickets are taken care of. Your parking's taken care of. They're sweet tickets, so you don't need to pay for food when you're there. You don't have to pay for drinks while you're there. All that stuff is going to be provided. You can come hang out with us. We'll have a tailgate experience and with some drinks and food. So even that part's taken care of. If you don't want to hang out with us before the game, that's fine too. You know what? That's our big thing is we don't fan police. You take care of what you want to take care of, but we're just wanting to take care of you. We want to take care of the Fisher House because they do some amazing things for our service members and veterans.
You answer that question from Ethan?
Yeah, Ethan, I do get confirmation. So that website that's up that we shared there, and again, you can just go through, look for RTD Season of Giving, and that has a way for me to track who has given. So even if you're anonymous, I have that information. So you don't necessarily want to put your name out there, but you're interested in donating. I will see that. And then I have the email addresses that are given. So that way I'll be able to email from the Ref the District account your ticket numbers. So,
and I think he was asking if he gets an email confirmation. He gets an email confirmation.
I do believe you're going to get a confirmation from the site. So that part, even though we did an initial EP saying yes, EP is also bringing up it's red zone parking lot. You get front row. So even if you don't hang out with us, you can hang out with the hog farmers. We got our friends over there at the Hale Barbecue that come out. You can check out them as well. But yeah, it's something we want to do. Bearded Knowledge. We can an Eagles fan come if you donate and you win those tickets? Absolutely.
Yeah, y'all gonna be out of the playoffs by then anyway, so you can come on.
Ouch.
So, yeah, this is open to everybody.
Yeah, I know this is nice and sappy and cool, but it's still war time. It's in the division, baby.
That's right. So this is a suite with us. We're all going to be there.
Yes.
Nathan and EP, myself and my wife, Trev. Shady Katie, Cowboys fan, is going to be there.
If you guys can believe it, Shady Katie's going to be with us for this one too. So
and by the way, I want to put this out there. Commandalorian just got a confirmation. Commandalorian just donated $100 to the Fisher House.
Much love, Commandalorian.
Oops, I lost the thing or whatever. That's monster from Commandalorian. That's pretty amazing. I mean, I'm getting a little bit choked up off of just that donation.
Yeah,
we'll get you your raffle tickets. You'll
definitely you're gonna get you get 200 raffle tickets for that. So yeah, we'll make sure you get there. We very much appreciate that, Commandalorian. That's awesome. We very much appreciate it. That's again, this was something near and dear to us. We wanted to be able to give something. This is going to be the first year. Season of Giving is going to be an annual thing next year. If you guys have a charity you want to donate to, let us know after this season's given up. This season of giving, because we have some ideas. One of the ones that we kicked around was something for Mama Stores. You've seen Trev wearing the pink, so that's
her. I appreciate that. She's texting me right now and kind of off subject, but she thinks that we should sit Chase Young for the whole season. But I'm trying to tell her to bring it to the chat right now. Bring that.
She doesn't want her boy injured. You know that. You don't know.
But, yes, I do appreciate that. Shout out to my mom. I appreciate that. Yes.
P4, the game is going to be the Commanders' home game against the Giants. The suites are on. And EP will have to correct me. I believe they're in 326. They're above 326 is where they're at. So they're going to be right there where you can see Taylor Heinicke or Carson Wentz hand the ball to Brian Robinson and watch him punch it in, because they're right there on the goal line.
To the winners of this raffle, I just thought of this, and this is going to happen. A little bonus to the winners of the suite. I will bring you Skybar merchandise from Lexington, Virginia. Including maybe some stickers. I don't know. We'll see what else, but there'll definitely be a T-shirt involved representing Skybar. So
awesome.
We might reach out to, we've worked with Jen Leno, we've worked with Ted. We might work with them on this. They're not going to be interested in getting those sweet tickets, but maybe they might have some constellation items. So that's something that we can look forward to. We'll reach out to them. If nothing else, I know that they'll share some of the love here and make sure that people know about this option. But we are looking forward to this opportunity and seeing our fans in person, and the game should be an absolute monster. And so should this game against the Colts. Let's get into some dollar. We got the game prediction here. What's this Trev say? Okay, play him. If he gets hurt, I'll beat the
I'm the 3 refs in the district.
She gonna beat us. Can you beat?
Hey man, he could sit out.
What did I do?
He could sit out for 2 years, and this first game back, he gets hurt.
Exactly.
When you're ready, you play. Period.
Mom and EP need to hang out because they're apparently on the same wavelength. I don't know. So.
Yeah, if they were on the same wavelength, that would be a knife emoji and a eggplant emoji.
Yeah.
Gus buzzes with it. Oh, Tony Shivers, cool. What up?
Yeah, Fisher House
familiar with the Fisher House. Yeah, it's a great organization. Again, all that money goes directly to them. Just make sure you go through that link. Bonafide picker, Shady Katie coming. I'm donating $100 to get the dirt on Nathan. I'm an open book, although I'm sure she might have some choice words to say about me, as I was her boss for many years, and I'm sure she has some choice words about it. But she's good people, and we're excited to go to the game with her. And I do believe, and if not, I'm going to put her in a corner now. I do believe she's going to wear some burgundy for that game.
Oh, she has to.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to allow her in the suite if she does. Let's get a dollar.
Yeah, let's get some dollar.
All right, let's get some dollars here. If you still have questions about it, please DM us. Leave some comments. We'll definitely, again, try to be transparent. It's your chance to win. It is a raffle. There's no guarantee you're going to win. The value is, again, more than $800, but you do have a good chance to win, even if you just donate $1. The big thing is get money over to the Fisher House.
100% of donations go to the Fisher House. 100%. We take nothing. All right.
Let's hear this dollar.
Yeah, I'm ready, dog.
You guys had one on Sam already, right? This was something you guys were talking about?
No, I have one with Terry.
Terry.
Right? Because remember he was talking about Gilmore and all this other stuff. Terry.
Yes.
85 yards.
Okay.
Receiving.
Higher, like
at least.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take it.
All right. We got him, Trev.
He's going to get 79.
Trev. McLaurin, 85 plus yards receiving. Nathan.
Now, I do think Terry's going to have he's not going to get locked up, but I don't think he's going to go above 85. This is a quarterback who just threw for 200 yards.
Taylor Heinicke throws 2 picks Sunday.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
I'm with you, Stoner.
All right.
Trev. Heinicke.
One to Shaq Leonard, one to Stephon Gilmore.
2 INTs. Stoner and Nathan. All right. Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
100 plus yards rushing.
Oh, I'm taking that. I am taking
I'm taking that too. He ain't getting 100 yards.
Indianapolis has averaged 80 yards.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor is going to be the focal point for this defense. They're going to dare. This team's going to dare Sam Ehlinger to beat them. And Jonathan Allen's not going to have an opportunity to run.
I hope I'm wrong.
Sorry, Jonathan Taylor, because of Jonathan Allen. Ooh, I like this from Commandalorian here. B-Rob and Gibby get a touchdown.
Not happening.
I'll take it.
You think
so?
You
I
guys
don't think it's happening.
Yeah. It's
okay, so it means I would have to go with Commandalorian.
Yeah.
I'm with Commandalorian. I think that happens. I think B-Rob and Gibby get a touchdown.
Wow. And not
Doug. Yeah, they only scored 9 points. I didn't say it's a pick 6. He'll just throw 2 picks.
They could be those the red zone interceptions that we've seen.
All right. How about here you go. Antonio Gibson returns 1 kickoff to at least the 40.
Yeah, you gotta go have to go. You want 40 of the opposing team?
No.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take 40 yards. You gotta go to at least the 50.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's look at these scores you guys got for Indianapolis. They're only gonna kick off 1, 2, or 3 times a game.
Okay.
Well, Stoner, put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah,
they gotta get to at least the 50.
It ain't happening. He's gonna get it like to the 27, maybe.
Okay,
you're gonna go against that?
Yeah, I'm going against it.
I'm abstaining. I'm not even on that one. I'm not touching that one. If he went to the 50, if he would have gone to the 50, I would have taken it.
Sam Ehlinger, or however you say his name. 40, at least 47 rushing yards.
I'll take the under on that.
Under 40.
Trev, Ehlinger, 47 plus.
I feel like it's going to be a lot of RPO action with this guy.
Rushing.
Sam Ehlinger, at least 35 passing attempts.
I'm with you, by the way, Nathan, on that one. He won't get 47 yards rushing. I will. How many?
35.
He ain't throwing the ball 35 times.
He's going to attempt to throw 35 times.
No.
I'm going to say no. He'll probably throw like 32.
What was it again? 35?
At least 35.
Wow.
I'm taking the under on that one, Nathan. Yeah.
Lot of unders on that one.
He might be like 17.
Sacks count against passing yards. Gus Bus. Do sacks count against rushing yards or passing yards?
Team passing yards.
Team passing yards. That is
individual
correct.
Passing
yards.
Yes. That's a big big thing to
16 completions for
Ehlinger. Said that because I said he would go 17 for something.
I think I got to stick with the 35, but let me see. Let me do the math real quick. What would be 16 out of 35? Is that too high? I think that's probably
like a 45% completion percentage.
Yeah.
Just off the top of my head. I ain't
Yeah,
really
it's 45.7. Yeah,
that's horrific.
But it's
That's
true.
horrific.
It's realistic.
Yeah. You know what I even want to do? I want to like double down on this a little bit.
Yes, Doug. 2 picks. So we still yes, because we'll score via the ground most of this game.
I'm gonna double
Uptown
down.
Dre is going against both of us. He's less than might get 40 rushing yards and less than 35 passes.
Okay. What's Sunday?
I'm gonna double down on this.
On what?
Ehlinger won't even have 30 attempts.
Yes, he will.
Obviously, I'm gonna say yes. Right. So we're
I'm
gonna move the bar to 30.
Down.
All right, move the ball. Thank you for the move the line.
We've already consummated that. That's why I say I'm doubling.
All right,
I'm doing an additional.
Well,
bet.
obviously, yeah, I'm going to go with it because I said he's going to go over 35.
I want to see where Trev's going with that one.
It is a lot bona fide picker while we wait for Trev to think this one over. But here's the thing: Washington's going to shut Jonathan Taylor down, and Sam's going to have to throw. They don't want to throw, but they're going to have to throw the ball.
30 attempts isn't that much nowadays.
Taylor Heinicke had 33 last week. I don't think
that was with a run game.
30 times, yeah. They're going to run.
He's got that special sauce. Frank said he got that special sauce.
What are you doing, Trev? Less than 30 attempts.
Yes.
Yes,
he's
what?
He's going to have more than 30 attempts.
All right, so you're going with Nathan on that.
Yeah.
So for the record, now I realize he's not Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan has attempted 297 passes in 7 games.
Yeah, I know.
You want to do the math on that? That's 42 attempts.
Yeah, he had one game. He had like
60,
50 something.
50 something.
Yep. So
at
35, he's definitely more than 30.
We're not doing that to Allen.
And the gunslinger though.
To a running quarterback who in his first game, they're not going to have him throw the ball 40 times. Are you insane? They're going to get him murdered out there.
That's going to be their plan. They're tanking for the next QB. Gus Bus here. How about the over-under Matt Ryan with a pass attempt? I'm definitely taking the under because he's not playing. The shoulder injury is going to keep him out.
He's not even going to dress.
Foles will be next in line if
Foles is your backup.
Yeah. So
all right.
Heinicke, Gus Bus also, Heinicke will have 4 touchdowns, 1 running, 2 passing, and a pick 6.
That's 3 for the good guys, 1 for the bad guys.
Yeah. I'm not gonna. I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, but I am gonna take. How about this? I don't know if I want to do that.
I agree with Uptown there.
How about
3 touchdowns? We're doing good.
Loto, if he plays.
Who?
If he plays, Loto, Logan Thomas.
When the hell did we start calling him Loto?
I don't know. I hate it.
Trev, ready? Right now.
Okay.
All right. Loto for a touchdown.
I'll go against it. If he plays, I'll go against it.
He has to play.
Yeah.
If he's scratched.
He will. He'll score. I can see it. Taylor likes throwing him too.
All right.
God, I need one more. I'm going on a limb on this, guys. Kendall Fuller records an interception.
Specifically?
I'm going against it.
Oh, man. You know what, Trev? Kind of juicy. I kind of like it. I need some odds, though. I need like 2-to-1 odds or something.
No, you don't get odds and dollar straight up. You know that.
All right, let's go. I'm going with you, Trev.
Yeah.
All right. Free dollar for me. All right. Let's see if I can't. Let's see if I can't get one spicy one.
Here you go, Nathan.
Hey, Trev. Hey, Trev.
Yeah.
Nathan's getting a little bit better at this.
Yeah.
Isn't he? I mean, from last year to this year.
He's been studying the playbook in the offseason. You can
this
tell.
year, he started off a little rough. He was a little rusty.
It was rusty.
Yeah, he was a little rusty at the beginning of the year, but he's really spiced it up lately.
I'm
proud of him. I'm
There
proud
you
of him.
go.
Commandalorians with Trev on this one. Who the hell is Loto? I was so confused too, Trev. I was like, who are we talking about? Is this a Colts player?
Somebody knew yesterday.
A
pick's a pick, Uptown. I'll take it.
Pick's a pick.
Gibson with more than 100 yards
Total.
after scrimmage. Yards after scrimmage.
Yards from scrimmage.
Okay,
so that's not kick returns.
Not the kick returns.
Nope.
That's running or pass catching.
Running or receiving.
No. He's not doing that. Nathan.
Trav, where you landing?
Gibby.
Bro, I might be kind of with you because if Terry's locked up, you got to throw to somebody. I trust Gibby more than Curtis Samuel right now. No offense. That's just off of hands. But I'm with you, Nathan. You said 125? Is that what you said?
I said 100.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you. Oh, yeah. I'm with you.
125 is getting pretty crazy there.
And I'm at the bottom, so we can't do any more.
No more? I got one more, though. Curtis Samuel, five rushing attempts.
Ooh.
At least 5 rushing attempts.
How many do you have last week?
Let's check it. Nathan knows. That's why he made that bet, I think.
I know, exactly.
So I can tell you I have the Bears up right now. Against the Bears, he had 0 rushing attempts.
Yeah, I don't think he gets 5.
You don't think he gets 5?
You can give me Green Bay's number, but
I'll give you the box score.
No,
he had exactly 5 rushes.
Oh, he had 5. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's not doing that this week.
Yeah, he is. I'm with you, Nathan.
Nathan and Trev. All right.
There you go. There you go. You guys got a couple good ones out of me.
Samuel.
We did.
5 rush.
Look at this one, Stoner. And Nathan.
Yeah.
2 shirts in the game. I'm with you, Commander Lorian.
Probably.
Yeah, at least one. I promise you that.
Yeah.
And I don't wear gear during the Wednesday show either. The past 2 weeks I haven't done that, and we've won.
We just wore this.
Yeah, we figured with the big announcement we'd rock it.
Sorry, I missed that.
So do that one. No, that's fine. You got to show up on time for that memo.
Oh, sorry. Other podcasts I do, I have another one. So.
Wow, that deserves a wow.
DP, help me out.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a wow. I need to get a sign for the.
That deserves a wow.
Hold on. Actually, you know what that gives me? There we go. There we go. That's what that one gets. All right, one last time here before we sign off here is again the Fisher House donation for this year's Ref the District Season of Giving. It's a raffle. You get a chance to win 2 sweet tickets and a red zone parking pass to the game against the Giants at FedEx. $1 gets you 1 ticket. $5, 6 tickets. You can go all the way up to $25. That's going to get you 50 tickets. It's 2 tickets for $1. It's quite a deal for you. We appreciate all those who've already donated. We're going to be pushing this every show that we have up until the 30th, obviously, because by the time I'll actually have to make the cutoff before then because the drawing is going to be on the 30th. So this will go
30th of November.
30th of November. Yes. Yeah. Thank you for the clarification there. 30th of November. The day I'm going to look at the numbers, okay, and cut it off will be the 29th. Okay. By all means, give the 30th, but for me to be able to get you your ticket numbers, that will be the 29th. So it means on the 30th, we will have all the information out there. It will be given away live on air during the cool down on the 30th of November. Hope to see you donate. We appreciate everyone jumping in there in the chat, letting us know you guys love it. And we'll keep doing it because, again, we wanted some way to give back. And this is what we came up with. So love the reception for it. Love all the comments in the sections there. Make sure you're sticking with us because we will be streaming this game live. It will be the 3 of us on Sunday because Gavin's soccer game is at 3:00. Game starts at 4:25. So I'll be coming in hot from that, hopefully after a victory. I'll let you know how that goes on Sunday. And of course, we'll be back on Monday for a live day after reckoning. Trev, what you got, my man?
I have one last question, football related. I don't need a thorough out, drawn out answer, just a yes or no, and we can reconnect it next Wednesday. There was a report came out by Dave Kleiman. I don't know, a blue check mark. I might say his name wrong. Don, I don't know. But he did come out on Twitter and say teams are calling about Daron Payne and have an interest. Do you trade Daron Payne, yes or no? Nathan?
No.
Stoner?
Nope.
Me neither. See you next week.
Yep. Stoner, you got anything before I cut this off?
Good to go. Good show, boys.
Absolutely. We appreciate everyone jumping in there. And until next time,
beat the Colts.
Be a fan.